30 seconds, players and referees. Please take the field.
Big final game to wrap us out here on day 2. Samoa taking on Tonga, traditional rivals on the sporting field. And a huge game to finish off with. We made mention that there would be a lot of fans sticking around for this final game of day 2. The grandstands are filling up. Mitch Walkerton joins me in commentary whenever we see these two teams line up on the touch footy field. It's going to be entertaining, Mitchy.
Absolutely, Scotty. This will be a really, really entertaining game. There's no wonder there's so many people that have stuck around because they want to see a great game of touch.
And Samoa showing nice intent early on in this one. Implications for this game as well. And Tonga sitting in 4th position. Samoa sitting in 5th position coming into this game. Samoa 1 win, 2 losses. They've had a bye thrown in there as well. They're coming off a 15-1 loss against New Zealand last start. Their 1 win coming up against Hong Kong, China in round 1. 13-2 was the score there. 2 wins, 2 losses for Tonga. So they've ticked both boxes there. 12-5 in their opening match over China. And a win over Hong Kong, China in their last match as well, 10-2. So coming into this game with a little bit of form, and they have started their first set perfectly to get the opening points on the board. Samoa strike first.
Yeah, they have, and I think it was done with A.K. Roncall. Apologies for the pronunciation. Lovely dummy and a nice little left to right over the top of the winger to open proceedings.
Samoa strike first. So the top 4 teams go straight through to the semi-finals. So we're saying this is an important game. And Tonga sitting 4th at the moment. Samoa sitting in 5th. Still a couple of round games left to go for these two teams in the mixed open. Just the one pool. So each team plays each other once.
But as you said, Scotty, whoever wins this game between these two teams more than likely will make the semi-finals and finish in the top 4. So it's very, very important game. Obviously for both teams.
Almost a little final in itself.
Yeah,
come early, isn't it?
Yeah.
The importance of this fixture. Beautiful little show and go. Picks up meters and the offload as well. Samoa got their tails up after scoring just a few moments ago. They're going to come back though. And penalty. And too many players on the field. 7 on. So it was unfortunate. They were shaping up nicely there throughout that set.
Indeed they were. They built nicely into that set. And it was a nice strike dump there from Schuster. But unfortunately, 7 on the field. So Tonga will tap on halfway and should get down to the Samoan 7 and have the opportunity to level the score here.
Haven't had too many opportunities so far in the early stages of this game, Tonga. And a couple of changes onto the field now. Kitty will play it. Loose ball, and it just took a blade of grass for half a second there. I thought he did a pretty good job to reel it in.
Yeah, so did I. But the referee said otherwise. Changeover.
Kavala-Nui, who comes up to make the touch there for Tonga. Contact there as well. Physical out there this evening. Samoa rolling downfield nicely again. Patrick Glen gets it down cleanly. They skip across, just didn't have enough on it. Ball hits the deck. Another good set there, though, for Samoa. Doesn't come off with points. They're looking dangerous.
Absolutely they are. That's a better start for Tonga. A bit more running. Although good, I say that. Great press defence from Samoa.
So now they're having to get back on the bike here, Tonga. Getting themselves downfield, and Patrick Lamb comes up with another big defensive play, forces the mistake, and gets the football back for his team on the 10-metre line here of Tonga. Shifted across field. Look to make a couple of changes. They'll be making sure they get their replacements right this time around. Good chance as Samoa look to kick away and kick on the outside. It was a good touch though on the inside. Carl Bailey had to get on the skates to get across there and make the touch. It was a great run from Sefi Uva. He gets himself into half now. Skip comes off the right foot, threads it through beautifully. That's pretty close if you want to be playing phase footy right there.
Absolutely. That's centimetres away from the try line. Fantastic defence there from the Tongan team.
Fast feet again. Nice ball out to the corner. Sally Solomona finishes the set off there for Samoa. Good job though from Tonga. They had more questions thrown at them. Good start to the set. CO picking up good metres. She'll feed it here from half. Tonga get themselves over the halfway line. He plays it. Tonga look to shift. Back on the inside. Brainton will get himself into half coming into the last. Tries to get the footwork going. And they'll come back for the touch and pass. As Brainton sung that ball out to the left corner.
But it was their best set by, a long way, Tonga. They ran with purpose. They actually got down on the 7, were able to run a strike dump, just weren't able to make the right decision. So it's taken a little while, 5 minutes, to sort of warm up. Still only is 1-0, but that's very encouraging signs. That will help too.
Absolutely, yeah. Loose ball came off the Tongan play there. David Bradenton not played out. Correct call. Great position to start their set here for Tonga. 5 minutes into this game. Samoa scoring early. As Tonga make changes onto the field. Portisio takes one forward. Carl Bailey looks at options. Sends it to the left edge. Go away from that short side, bring it back through the middle. Bit of a tackle going on in the middle of the field. Great footwork. And a big recovery in defence. Exciting footy on both sides of the park.
Absolutely, although I think we have an injury there.
That's number 7 there, Rakali Aki.
Just hobbles off over the back. A new player is able to come on. A lovely step there from Imara Potaisi. Beautiful. Watch this. Whack. Thank you. Very, very nice right foot step.
He just picked up the stray boot. Key as Tonga have gotten the football back. And they're swinging momentum back in their favour. In field possession at the moment here, Tonga. Still looking for their first points on the board. Infield they come. Sharp off the right foot. Someone will recover in defence. Carl Bailey looking dangerous. Now we see it in the 11 out there in the left link at the moment for Tonga. Ball out in front, a bit of space. We've seen that sharp footwork already from Portisio. As Tonga into the last. Football out the back, well handled there from Samoa.
I think the referee was thinking about 6 to go, but obviously the ball was knocked on first. So very good defence there from Samoa.
They've weathered the storm.
Yeah, they have.
Turned the tide in their way. They still haven't been able to get themselves on the board as of yet. They'll be looking to complete a good set here, Samoa. Last touch. Good job to pick that one up cleanly. And falls into the hands here of Tonga. You can hear the crowd.
Yes.
Starting to get involved here in the stands.
Good defence there from Tonga. They did look very likely there, Samoa, with a great dump on the last, but weren't able to find the open option.
Clunky as they're making changes, though. Takes a little bit of sting out of their attack.
Yeah, that's not a good set there, Scotty. They seem to be taking a long time to get their fresh players.
Oh, wow, this is falling into the hands. No, they'll come back. It was eventually going to get taken away from them. The last pass went about 17 metres forward.
Yeah, sorry, just as I was saying, Scotty, whether they're turning over rucking or a turnover on halfway, they just seem to be taking too many touches and burning too many touches to get their new players onto the field. It's something they do need to try and get a little bit quicker.
Samoa have to go back to the mark. It slows them down momentarily. Sefuiva. It's over for a breather. And Samoa under a little bit of pressure coming into the last. Clunky way to finish off their set. As they put it through the hands. Asprey gets the feet moving. Ball hits the deck. He's down on the deck himself. Now AJ Asprey.
Yeah, he looks like he's done potentially rolled an ankle. Through a massive left to right.
I'm not surprised with the way he had those feet dancing coming into that final play of the set there for Samoa. He'll head off out the back, so we've seen players on each side of the park picking up a few little niggly injuries, and you'll see that as we roll into the back end of the competition. The team's playing a lot of fixtures across the first 2 days. Bodies will be sore. Tonga now. Tuiono puts it back on the inside. They come back to Tuiono. Nui in half. Tries to skip away. Well defended. Patrick Lamb. He's a good player for Samoa. He's got a lot of experience.
Yeah, it was a fantastic touch there from Lamb. 3-on-3. That was able to stop the momentum.
Better roll on this time around here for Samoa. Coming into the final play of the set. Little skip and a jump and just punching straight through the defensive line here of Tonga. They play it out the back. And that is a beautiful take. A crossover for points. Sally Solomona had some work to do to get that one across the line. She did it perfectly.
Yeah, she did. It was a really nice dump there. He picks up and goes. Clean, a little bit of a goosey as well. And then Solomona had a lot of work to get, and she gets away from her opponent. Dives and gets the ball down all in one motion. Really good try.
Wesley Sefuiva in the 8. He's causing all sorts of trouble.
Yeah, he does look like the most likely with scooping from that sort of 15, 20 metres out.
So Samoa go in front. 2-try margin. In the 10th minute here in the first half. Tonga need points. And they might get him. And they'll be sent back.
Oh, there's a bit of gusto in that touch too, and he let him know about it. There's a bit of spice there.
This is that passion we were talking about when these two teams come up against each other. Now Tonga will get the penalty. There's communication you can see on field from our referee letting the Samoans know. Move forward off the line. Full set to work with here for Tonga.
That's that's a fantastic touch there from Solomona. Leilani Solomona that time.
It's on the flat ball. They come out towards Solomona again. There to make the call. And supported inside from Raymond Schuster. Still a couple of touches to work with here for Tonga. Push it out to the left edge. Fafita plays it. Sharp footwork again. They just cannot crack this Samoan defence at the moment.
No, they can't. Very, very good defence. And the Samoans are letting them know about it too. Raymond Schuster, very vocal with regards to getting a couple of really good stops there. And this is good rucking, getting out of their trouble, out of their own half.
Solomona, we saw her come up with a couple of big defended plays. Takes a good carry forward here for the Samoan team. Nice touch, nice pick up from half again. Back on the inside, falls straight into the hands here of Tonga. No advantage played. The penalty will be blown. And 3 referees for this evening's match: Savannah Draper, Hiro Zuki, and Kaylee McCracken. In charge and in control in this final game on day 2. Massive day of action.
No half again though, Scotty. They've been great for the first 3, and then it just seems to break down just a little with their rucking. And it's broken down there again. There's just some confusion with regards to who's going on, where they need to be, and they really need to fix that, because that's been the only difference. Samoa have been great, and Tonga have really struggled building their momentum.
And it can be so hard to get yourself out of that hole.
Yes.
It ends up flowing on to the next couple of
It
touches.
does.
And we saw it there, Tonga turning the ball away. Gifting good possession here to Samoa. They're looking for more points. Looping ball, beautifully taken as well. They're on one here this evening to start this game. Letitia Stowers, and the girls are doing the job here and finishing off these tries. It was a beautiful ball over the top. Carly Arkey, who's been heavily involved here for Samoa, they go up by 3.
Stowers did such a good job to get the ball and get it down really quick from that sinker ball from AK. So really well done. You really think that Tonga need to be the next to score. Down 3-0 after about 13 minutes. For their own confidence, they need to put one on here.
Yeah, they need a little injection, a little spark, and sometimes just one try is all you need to get some confidence back in the game. That is some sort of ball that it just dips away. Out in front of Mira Potosio, out here in the right wing.
Oh, that was a very tough chance. That was a 35-metre pass without a wind-up.
There's some skill.
Absolutely.
Throwing it from the middle of the field. Nice little offload down the edge, turning it back on the inside, picking up valuable metres. They're on the front foot here, and this is the difference. Look at the flow that Samoa's got coming out of the box now, getting advantage off that exchange of passing down their sideline. They played on the 7. We've still got some touches to make. Sefuiva is out there, one to watch. He's directing traffic for Samoa at the moment. Just holding things up, ball in hand. It was a risky ball back on the inside. Luckily, though, the penalty will come, not moving forward off the line.
Yeah, but you highlighted it, Scotty, and it's spot on. The rucking and the momentum is all with Samoa. Tonga really need to get a stop here.
So bomb out to the left. Tong will take the touch. Filippo gets him back towards the middle of the field. Early ball, they came up out of the line pretty quickly there. Sharp footwork. Oh, man. These girls are getting the job done here for Samoa. Try celebration, and rightfully so.
Lovely little try celebration. Took a jink off the right, slams it down. You're right. The girls for Samoa have been fantastic, and that's a great try.
They're going on with it now. 4th try of the game. Might be a little shell-shocked here.
Yeah, Tonga. They are. A lot of passing, not enough running, Scotty.
I'm expecting a tight contest here between these two teams. Samoa and Glen Tonga out of the water in the early stages. Here at the first half, that will get the job done. And they've been chipping away at trying to get points on the board. And David Bradenton, just slick ball in hand. He got down nice and low. It's a nice try to get them started here in this game.
Yeah, he did. It was probably one of the first quickies that they've actually run. Dives back middle. Saver middle, wasn't able to make the touch. The comeback starts. It's 4-1.
They desperately needed that, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, for their own confidence. 20 minutes is such a long time, the second half. So, I'm sure the coaching staff of Tonga will be speaking to them, and let's stay controlled, let's stay composed. It's a long time. All those cliches, Scotty. One set at a time.
I'll throw another one in here. This is a big defensive set. They don't want to leak points after scoring down the other end. Because that really can deflate pretty quickly. Let's see if they can get the job done in defence. Samoa happy to throw the ball around. They look short side now. Jinx step back in. Done a good job so far here, Tonga. So Mona plays it coming into the last. You don't want to go to sleep on them, though. Particularly this man who skips across. That's a silky ball around the corner, but the touch was made first.
Wow, that was close, wasn't it? Silky was the right word. There wasn't a lot in that, but Tonga did well to repel. They really need a good set here. They've just done really well done with their defence. They need to run and get out of their half.
Might have drifted forward as well. And positive signs to see there for Samoa. Last touch, we see teams just put the cue in the rack sometimes when it's the 5th and final play, and it's a bit of a dead play. The set, any chance of the hand, they almost came up with points, but we see Tonga now coming up with another error.
There's a fair bit of chatter going down in the boxes there. I can see with the coaching staff talking to the guys that have just come off. I'm sure the message is we need to run harder and run straighter.
We've got some very experienced coaches in the Tongan box. Peter McIntyre, New Zealand Women's Open coach. Peter Hiku as well, New Zealand Mixed Open coach. Really leading this Tongan team. And that's a great touch.
That's a sensational touch, Scotty.
Portisio coming from the right edge to make that touch. Again, you don't want to go to sleep here on Samoa. Look at this. They're out the right side, and they bring it back to the left.
Oh, good touch. Really well done there from Alea Vailakit. They had to make that touch.
Took a bit of yards away from them too on the last touch.
That's a better run. Bit of momentum.
It's a big set. That gets them over towards the 10-metre line here of Samoa. They're going to have a chance on the back end of this. If they can get another one here and get some momentum going into the second half, they're going to be well and truly back in this game. It's going to have to come here on the final play, and it will! Massive set there for Tonga. Finishes in points. The margin back to 2.
Just as you called it, was to call you Scostradamus.
Oh, that is one of your best.
Not really, but that's a great try. You called it. They needed to score. Fantastic strike dump. Really nice left to right. Fantastic hands from the winger. And it's 4-2 with only 30 seconds to go in the half.
This is a big set here for both teams. Tonga getting themselves back into this game. Samoa score here in this set. I feel a lot more comfortable going into the break. Which way is this going to go? Tonga thought they were going to get the ball back. A penalty, though, for not moving forward.
But they'll be in no hurry to move forward, I would imagine. They would have a call with 10 seconds to go to not move forward. They'll be happy to give away the penalty.
Samoa, on the other hand, they just need to try and run. There's going to be a penalty coming. It'll be interesting to see if one of the Tongan players gets a forced substitution here.
Yeah, we've seen that. I've seen it at State Cup recently where it was only on the first penalty they did sit somebody out. Not on this occasion, so
one final play with the hooter sounding, and Tonga comfortably come up to make the touch. It was a great fight back from the Tongan team. 2 back-to-back tries. Sees them go down into the break by 2 as we take a look at the highlights, but they're well and truly back in this game.
Yeah, they were. Samoa jumped out to a really good early lead with just, better field position and better rucking, and that was their first try. You can see almost the carbon copy, same pod that put on that try. Good hands. This is a very, very good try. And this is when the fight back sort of started. We had the quickie and that lovely long ball with great hands to the corner.
So halftime score here in our final game of day 2. It's Samoa in front at the moment, 4 tries to 2 over Tonga. Huddle there as they make their way back out onto the field. Really energetic in the box. We made mention of the experience they've got with Peter McIntyre and Hikapene, 2 New Zealand greats that have made their way into the Tongan system. And they will feel like they're really in this game now. Those back-to-back tries on the back end. 4-2. This game is still on here for the second half, Mitchie.
Oh, indeed it's on. The energy in that little chat there with the Tongan team that's closest to us, the viewers, you can see that they're really up for this fight. And if you look on the other side, you can see the Samoans are still talking and they're deep in concentration also. So it's going to be a fantastic second half.
Yeah, I like that. Tonga have gone out, they've shown energy, and they're going, right, we're going to get this game going. And Samoa is still in their huddle. They're going to make them wait.
Yes.
They make their way onto the cauldron now. They just need to go back to the well, what was working for them. 4 unanswered tries to start this game. They'll still feel like they're in a comfortable position.
They will, but they will want to be the next to score. I think the next to score, you can create that momentum. Samoa just need to keep going to what they were doing. They're rucking and they controlled the midfield very well.
30 seconds, players and referees, please take the field.
So we're about to get back underway. Like we said, final game here on day 2. Day 3 is going to be massive as well. We get straight underway with our Anzac Day Trans-Tasman matches. Mixed Open will kickstart us. We'll have Anzac Day ceremony prior to that, which you'll be able to tune in for as well. That'll get underway at 12:35, and that's followed by the Mixed Open match between Australia and New Zealand at 1 o'clock. That'll be followed by the Women's Open at 1:50 and the Men's Open at 2:40. Another big day of action as teams look to secure final spots here at the Asia Pacific Open Touch Cup. Day 3 is where it needs to get done. And for these two teams, I mentioned in the first half, this is an important game. Both teams still a chance of progressing through to the semi-finals here in the Mixed Open division. They need a win to give themselves a chance. That's a beautiful ball over the top. And the perfect start for Samoa. You made mention, Mitch, they would have wanted to be the first team to score, and they've ticked that box.
Yeah, they were the first team to score. AJ Asprey with a massive right to left, and unfortunately the Tongan winger, and she knows it, she was caught ball watching. She thought she could catch that ball. Unfortunately, the ball just kept on rising, and unfortunately for Tonga, Samoa score and they skip out to 5-2.
So margin back to 3. Any points here for Samoa. Tonga just skipping across the field at the moment. Brandon, one of the try scorers in the first half for Tonga. This time he offloads. Put the brakes on. The feeder. It's away from the first defender. Can't get away from the second. Branson into half. Feeder tries to skip on the outside. Dancing feet going. Goes the big flick. Still play on here for Tonga. They'll come back for the touch and pass.
On the touch before, I thought on the quarterback, Fafita could have bombed and hit the winger. Decided not to release the ball. Wasn't able to get there. And this is what Samoa need to do. Nice and straight. Good direct running. Up over halfway. Release. That's still only the third touch, Scotty.
It was a great first opening carry from Patrick Lamb. Really laid the platform here for Samoa. Coming to the last. Oh, silky little short ball. They're having a look here. The touch is being claimed from Tonga. Our on-field referee, I think, liked the look of it, but she says 6 touch.
Oh, I thought it was actually going to be a try. It was a really nice hole in that the front door, as they call it. We look at the replay. Picks up. He calls. Yeah, he goes underneath. Ooh.
It's just got the boot. That's what's coming across.
It's almost simultaneous, so good call from the ref.
Just having to go back to the mark. Brainton again. It's been busy for Tonga to start in the second half. He'll take another carry. Touch has been made. They're going to have to go back to the mark. Asking questions here, Brainton. Bit of a disjointed start to the set for Tonga.
It was. See what they can do with this touch and if they can salvage the set.
Carl Barry, play it coming into the last. This ball out the back. They just have to turn around and reach for it. Did a good job to get the pass away. The contact was made first, though.
Yeah, Sally Solomona came up, made a really good touch. Made it very difficult to get the bat on or the catch and pass.
Samoa get things going again.
They're girls, Scotty. They've been great, haven't they?
And we saw the tries that they scored in the first half. They were quality finishes, but they're doing the work. They're doing the carries as well. They've done another interchange infringement, though, here in this set. And that's the second one for them in this game.
Yeah, it is. It looks like the referees have pinged them for 7 on the field, as you said, for the second time. That's not helpful.
So Tonga will get the tap on the halfway line. Gave him a chance to make some changes at the same time. So looking to get nice and early out of the line. Stanley's forced Tonga to go back in field.
But that's the third touch, no half, and they're just still getting their players on. I'm sure the coaching staff will want to try and fix that up. Is that a foot in the ruck, Scotty?
Yeah, it's going to go that way. Loose foot in Samoa. Yeah, it's interesting when you see teams that they start their set around the halfway line. They seem to find it really hard to actually still punch forward. They're making changes at the same time, and I've seen teams just kind of turn it over, like in front of the 7. It's quite perplexing times.
If you want to get off, and then a couple of people go forward. Great read from the winger there. Solomona again.
So Tonga bring it back to the 7. Fafita steps back in. Fafita has the look up, had a bit of time. They get the bat on. And comes out of the hands. Mara Potosio here on the left wing. Samoa look for changes. Patrick Lane again with another tough carry. Samoa bringing out to the right edge. Chen Kong Tong will send it back infield. Leilani will play it. Arki, who was good for them in the first half. They clean play the ball this time around.
Yeah, I think he was sort of saying that the big double hander, and he pushed him off his mark.
Ball does come back in favour of Tonga. Still just doesn't feel like 3's going to be enough for them, does it?
No, absolutely not. It's a better set, though, here from Tonga. A bit more structure, a bit better flow. See if they can get a strike dump here in the middle.
Saw Tonga go back-to-back tries to close out the first half. They need to get some points pretty soon to get themselves into this game. Won't be in this set of 6, though.
Oka Chen Kum Tong, fantastic touch there, the 13. Made the touch on the boy, then slid out and made the touch on the girl.
Nice ball movement back on the inside. That was a good couple of steps over the mark from Samoa. Now, Samoa making some changes. You'd love to see a quick tap. They'll take their time, though. They've got a full set to work with. Dancing around at the moment.
Brainton wants his quickie. He wants a quickie. Middle quickie he wants.
He's getting players into position. Raymond Nui makes his way infield. Nui will feed it to him from half. Oh, wow, coming up beautifully.
Great defence.
And on the line, referee confirms. Question was asked there from Brainton. And Samoa was onside. Back underway. Brainton with another touch. Oh, there it is. And this time uses a little bit of footwork to get the job done. He was sharp. Ball in 2 hands.
Yeah, he was. Open side quickie this time. Throws a dummy to get rid of the link. Oh, he had a lot of work to do. He dived and then he's like, oh, I'm still 6 inches short, and had to almost extend, but still got there.
You could see the smile on his face. He almost needed one of his teammates just to give him a little slide along. They needed the slip and slide out there just to help him get across the line. Gets the job done. A much-needed try for Tonga. They get that margin back down to 2.
A nice heavy. Oh, no, the referee says too heavy. And says foot in the ruck. I think that's a tough one. I think he actually won the ruck legitimately, won the bend, but referee didn't see it that way. So we'll play on.
Samoa, I should say, sing it early and send it out towards our left edge, but there's a pass that's gone forward. That is a big missed opportunity there.
Yeah, I've sort of seen that all weekend, actually, in a lot of the divisions. The forward pass when running the punish or the quickie within the 7 metres. So referees have certainly been consistent with regards to that.
Teams just seem to naturally get into a really flat attacking zone when they're at the 7.
Yeah, they do.
Able to sort of take those extra couple of steps back. And a lot of passes going forward from the ruck. I saw one there from Samoa. It's Tonga doing the hard work. Samoan defence, particularly the girls, again, putting a lot of pressure on Tonga. This is a nice recovery, late little pop-out play. And they found the space. No, it's got to get taken away. There's fingers being pointed out there, some questions being asked. Sideline referee makes her way in. She says, get on out here. We're not changing our decision at all, but that was really close.
It was. Absolutely. I didn't see what happened there, but they've got a little bit of back chat, I think. So they've gone another 7 metres. Once the referees have made their decision, it's okay to ask a question. Oh, there isn't a lot in that. But you can always ask the question, but there's a difference between asking a question and then being disrespectful. The referee's not going to change their mind. You have to get on with it and get back on side.
You can tell they knew that would have been an important try for them. Got the margin back down to 1. Now we see some sharp footwork. Key doesn't get the pass he would have liked off the back of it.
But good defence there from Tonga. Stayed man on, stayed disciplined. The link and the winger both completed their assignments and didn't bite.
Clunky here. The ball's rolled forward.
I'm not sure what happened there. There was feet and there was hands everywhere.
It's going to go in favour of Tonga. We'll often see that in the teams on the first touch particularly. We'll go, right, this is our opportunity to muscle up. We haven't really got too much to lose.
No, that's right. 50-50. If I can get a foot in the ruck or a hand in the ruck, get the ball for my team.
The spiciness is starting to come back into this one. There's been a bit of contact and a bit of chat going each way. The game is still on the line. Tonga.
I'd love to see them run not past though, Scotty. Especially from there, from halfway. That is one of the worst options we've seen this weekend.
Yeah, that was a disappointing way to close out that set. Just need someone to go forward there.
Absolutely we did.
Samoa, good attacking opportunity. And Tonga are down by 2 on the scoreboard. Every set so precious for them. They can't give away cheap possession like this because Samoa will make you pay. And yet again, Wesley Sefuiva heavily involved. Throws the final pass. A little goosey there. He's electric with his footwork and speed coming out of half.
Just like he did for the Hornsby Lions for all of those years. We don't want to harp on it, but that turnover on halfway is vital. They had a penalty short of halfway, and instead of running, they turned the ball over and they now find themselves down by 3 with 9 to go.
Ball out in front. It's lost over the try line. Tupo out there on the right wing. Young lady on screen. Samoa tap through Paddy Lamb. Head over for a breather. Changes to come on. Tonga are going to get the ball back.
Yeah. And I like this. The boys are straight off before the ball has been rolled, enabling the new players to get on there, and they shouldn't burn as many touches. They should get down to the 7 and then be able to run a few plays.
We just made mention of that earlier on. A couple of players still on the field were looking to make changes, but good call there from the coaching box. They will make a change though now. They just wanted to try and keep as many of the 6 on field as possible. Now Tonga need to try and get themselves back into rhythm. They're just dancing around at the moment. They can still resteady and get themselves going again. Brainton played it. Fafita throws one in behind. Pearl Potosio can't pull it back in. Samoa, nice pass out in front. You can get up and try and put some pressure on defensively here, Tonga. Snatching that. And Schuster, who reels it in. Danger signs. Weaver back out there again. Play the ball. Incorrect. Our on-field referee might have been sort of pointing to the shirt there, where there was a bit of
potentially
contact in the ruck.
Maybe a grab of the shirt.
He's getting called out.
He is.
Here, Raymond Schuster.
Might get a forced sub there.
You can see the referee clearly tugging at the shirt. She's saying, you come over here to me. Yep. Just in case you didn't know, you were tugging on that shirt. And you can go and have a forced substitution now. So momentarily, 6 on 5. Some more. Get the replacements on, back to full complement, 6 on 6.
He's gone early. No, he hasn't.
Not picked up. He forced the mistake.
Yeah, well done from Patrick Lamb.
Here he is taking the first carry forward.
He's done that consistently all game, hasn't he?
Real workhorse for this team. Wesley rips it. Chase on the outside. Good recovery. Sia makes the touch. Defending out there in the right wing. Coming into the last. So retrieving to get back onside.
Oh, great touch.
It was a good recovery. Just held nerve.
I can't see the number, Scotty, but that was a fantastic touch from the middle.
I think it might have been Raymond Schuster. Possibly even the 10 for Tonga. Oh, sorry, Carl Bailey. Tonga pick up good meters. They need some punch on the back end of their set,
Yeah, they do.
Again, just a little bit sloppy there on that play. And clean play the ball. Side to bomb long. Nice hands in the corner.
Good defence from Samoa. Good defence from Samoa. I'm sure they would have been happy when he picked up and passed as opposed to run. They use the ball so well, Samoa, don't they? Getting out of trouble.
The teams have been great across the first 2 days. On that first play, just transitioning and sending it straight across the field.
Playing eyes up.
Yeah,
if there's space, they'll use the ball.
It's been great to watch because we've seen teams at national championships and whatever going laterally on those first couple of touches. They're really struggling, but it's been positive football to see, playing smart football to get forward. It's so important.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the momentum that you carry on for the rest of your set. Look like they've just lost a little bit of energy here, Tonga. Down by 3 on the scoreboard. We're into the last 5 minutes of this game. They need a little spark. They come back infield. Bring it through. Comes off the shoulder there. Kiti.
They're looking likely, but it's just that last pass or the last, dump that just hasn't gone to hand.
They can take their time here, Samoa. And try and wind some time off the clock. Oh, that is heavy contact.
It was hip into head. I think it was an accident, and it looked a little bit awkward. Oh.
Yeah, right on the hip. You can see he ducked his head coming into the ruck.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one. Let's see what the call's going to be, because look at this little champion out there checking. That might be mum or sister saying, get off. What are you doing out here? You're not a doctor.
Yes.
And AJ Ashbury, who's been in the wars a little bit. We saw him go down on an ankle earlier on. Now looking a little bit groggy after that contact. Samoa can get the football back here. Underway. That was a tough carry, that one.
We hope he's okay.
Here we are. Getting the ice out on the ankle, getting the Panadol for that headache tonight. Be a little bit sore and ginger. AJ Ashbury coming into day 3. Nice little goosey, almost dancing away through behind the defensive line.
But a good place to turn the ball over. Close to the 7, making it Tonga go 60, 65 metres if they're going to try and score.
This has been a run in here from Tonga. They just got to go back to the mark, though. Another good touch. Paul Podesio going to try and get a little bit of energy back into this Tongan team as the penalty will go their way. 2 minutes left on the clock. Love a try here, Tonga. Tap it just shy of the 7-metre line. Wakatui. They shape, they go away.
Oh, bad luck.
Chance their hand early.
I would have liked him to come left. He got both middles up. There was no help.
And they're going to come back, though, for Samoan defenders not moving forward.
You'd think Brereton is going to try and get the ball live, potentially.
The feeder steps in across. Turiono gets a quick play, the ball going. Sharp work off the feet. Jumping in the line there, Podesio. Taking a look at the replay there, Tonga. Looking to try and finish off this game with some points. They reset, go again. Podesio ran a beautiful line and takes it nicely as well. A great final try there for Tonga. They'll take a lot out of that last try.
Look at the smile. That is such a nice pass, but an even better hole line, like you called, Scotty. Look at that. Beats the link and gets inside there of the winger. Fantastic try.
With 30 seconds left in this one. Samoa will have their final possession of the game. Important win for them. And they'll give the ball back here to Tonga. They're not going to die wondering here in the last 15 seconds. They have to take something pretty special to try and get themselves down the other end. Crowds getting vocal. Another great run. Paul Potassia has really been inspiring this Tongan team over the last 5 or so minutes as the hooter sounds. And the touch has been made. And Samoa will get the job done here. The final score, 6 tries to 4. And Tonga just didn't go away from them throughout that game. They made them work for it, but Samoa, an impressive win in a game that was important for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. I think 6-4 is a fair reflection of, as we watch a few of the tries again with the highlights. Samoa were the better team throughout. However, Tonga made them work very hard to get there. This is the great ball that got it back to 4-2.
And that first try right to start the second half from Samoa set the tone of the second 20. And that young man was great for them, David Bryington. Standout performers here tonight. A great way to finish off this game for Tonga, but they go down by 2 in the end to close this out here on day 2 at the Asia Pacific Open Touch Cup. It's a big day. It's going to be even bigger tomorrow, starting with the Anzac Day ceremony. You'll catch that from 12:35, and then we get into the Trans-Tasman matches. Australia taking on New Zealand, starting with the mixed from 1 o'clock. Big day coming up tomorrow, but from here in Mudgee, it's goodbye.